Hello, hello, everyone, to another edition of Friday Night Trivia.
How is everybody doing? How's everybody's week?
I hope you read some damn books because tonight's theme is about horror literature. But you will be surprised to learn that I would wager 99.9% of all movies that are made are at least written in some form, and not always by the person who ends up making the movie. They're adapted. So maybe 99.2%, because there's people that write and direct, but they are not in the majority. Most of these things are written by other people and then they get turned into something. They get written into screenplays and they get made into movies that they get made at all. I would wager like the only things that aren't written are weird, like found footage, like shot in one shot kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? But even then you have to plan them. So technically, are you writing something?
A script is technically almost like a.
So that'd be a cool way to do a movie if you could make it work. But I think that would take like a genius to film something and not have it just be a disjointed mess without writing anything down, right?
So
if you could do that, you'll make money.
Speaking of books in the movies, just curious in the chat. Doesn't even have to be Stephen King. What do you think the most faithful adaptation from novel to movie has been in pop culture? Doesn't have to be Stephen King. I'm just curious what everybody thinks. Like the most faithful to the novel. I have to think on that one myself. I've read a lot, seen a lot.
Green Mile's a good one, yeah.
Green Mile's a good one.
I haven't read that in a long time. The Road is pretty faithful for what they show in the movie, if I remember.
Purple Nurple brings up a good point. Clive Barker stuff. Hellbound Heart is shockingly it's
it
like
is Hellraiser. Yeah,
it is. It's beat for beat Hellraiser.
Yeah. Well, I guess, but he wrote it, and then he was also part of making it, so that probably played a part, right? Let's not forget Maximum Overdrive, because King did direct it. He may not have liked it, but he did make it pretty. It pretty much fit a lot of the book in there. I mean, that you can realistically fit in something.
Jay says Carrie or Rage.
Carrie, yeah, Carrie's pretty easy to film. Like all the stuff in Carrie, it wasn't that crazy to like do. So
they're all gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, that's some good ones. Needful Things. I think The Road is pretty close to the book for the parts they actually put in the movie, if I remember right.
Pet Sematary is a good one.
Pet Sematary.
The Road.
The Road. I wouldn't go up there. Bad things happen up there. You know what else is a bad thing? This not novel by Dean Koontz. You thought we were going to ask a Stephen King question first, didn't you? Ha, suckers. Which one of these is not a novel by Dean Koontz? If you've never played before, all you got to do is type the number for the answer in the live chat, and the winner will get one of these sick Kings of Horror stickers sent to you in the mail if you want to share your address with us. But is it The Husband, Odd's Return, Forever Odd, or After Death? I think Uncle Pete wrote this one to call me a bunch of names.
Again, not movies. It's all literature.
15 questions tonight. It's theme night. So we've predicted the winner's only going to have 4 or 5 right.
It's good. I'll be out of 15. That's a 33%. It's good odds.
It's good odds.
Someone may surprise us.
I mean, y'all nerds. Sometimes a question if y'all can read. It's Odd's Return.
Yeah,
already getting them. Already getting them.
I realized how many Odd Thomas novels he's read. I was like, "There's no Odd's Return."
There are a lot of Odd Thomas novels. It's pretty much Dean's baby.
Yeah,
very good.
And again, Anton Yelchin, rest in peace. Damn, we lost that dude too soon.
Man, and he was also a great Kyle Reese in the Terminator Salvation.
Yep,
really got. Yes, we know Reggie's in. We should do a Kings of Horror card for Reggie and send it to him. They want cards and stuff sent to him.
Very cool.
So
in Stephen King's The Long Walk, which is hopefully still being made into a movie, how many participants do start the walk? Is it 50, 125, 101, or 100? It's a good actually story if you don't know the walk. But how many of the participants start? You got 50 of them, 125, 101, or 100. Yeah, it's about. I think every year there's like a culling. They take 100 teenage boys, like 14 to 16, and they all go start walking. And if you stop walking, they shoot you and kill you. And like the one who wins gets anything they want in the world.
Oh
So
my god,
it's pretty
my
interesting. You have to keep walking. Like if you stop, the guards shoot you. It's
it
pretty
is great.
interesting.
It's definitely been stolen for a lot of other concepts. Squid Game.
Yeah, very much. Okay,
I'll be
so
right back. Pete, take the next question.
all right. You couldn't get you guys on that one. Well, yeah, it's a good. I think it's actually still being made into a film. It's a good read. It's actually a short read, not too long. Fun film. So, any plans for this weekend? While we wait for the next question, who's seen what? Has anybody seen anything new? I haven't seen any new horror movies. So, did watch Christine the other day, but I just love that film.
I'm back.
And moving on to the next question. Kentucky Blood is a book featured in what film? Shelby, you take the answers. Your
The
question.
Shining, Sinister, Rose Red, or Misery? Which one of those has Kentucky Blood in it?
That sounds like a mixed drink I would want to try.
Would make a good. We should make that. We used to do cocktail recipes way back when, like the earliest versions of our Scream Stream thing. Patrick and I did.
I think it'd be like what, bourbon and tomato juice with some,
That sounds vile.
Yeah,
I was
know.
thinking you just make it like a Manhattan or something, and you put like it's vermouth, and you got the cherries, so you can just do that as a red dye. We have some really cool friends.
I was just thinking Kentucky bourbon. So
Well, it's got to have a bourbon in it. But Geeks Who Eat is a blog,
Mm.
and they do like food recipes and stuff. Sarah and her husband, they do great stuff. They've come up with some awesome. They may already have a Kentucky Blood. They've done thousands. It's like Josh. Josh has covered everything. Geeks Who Eat have covered like everything, making edible recipes and drinks. Sinister. Kentucky Blood is the book that the Ethan Hawke's character wrote. The murder mystery, or I guess it was like real crime, true crime novel. That's what they call it. True crime. That's the word I'm thinking of. Phrase.
Yeah, I think in Misery, all the books are like Misery's Revenge, Misery's Return.
Rose Red, though, I didn't know if that would be a answer to get anybody. That's a great. I love Rose Red. That's a cool concept. I've always liked Rose Red.
And Firestarter. What's the name of the secret government agency chasing Charlie and her pops? Are they the Watchers, the Shop, the Circle, or the dreaded agency?
Ooh.
And Firestarter. Very good movie.
That is a cool movie.
Really good. So, what's the name of that agency trying to get her? Is it the Watchers, the Shop, the Circle, or the agency? Lee, you gotta type the number in. So
type
you
the number
for the shop to get.
I actually think I've read it, and it says that it allegedly can read your answer in there, but the easiest is just to type the number. YouTube does not flag it as spam comments. I know on Facebook sometimes if you type a bunch of numbers like this, it'll flag it. So if you're playing on Facebook, but I haven't seen that lately. We have about 5 to 10 people that play on Facebook, and their answers get in. They have some of our players on Facebook have won before. So
I think answers are pretty mixed on this one. Yeah,
the Shop.
Good job. But they were called the Shop.
We're getting a good mix of answers though. There's no runaway number one pick here. I mean, 55-28.
One long walk question that everybody got, but that's going to be the only one. Maybe
the only one, baby. I kind of thought the Kentucky Blood one was a little too easy, so I'm glad it was not.
Yep.
Because man, you'll know I'm a Sinister stan. I ask a Sinister question like every other week. I love that movie.
Yeah, the Watchers and the Circle and the agency just sound your typical any other film type you would hit to be called.
It's a none for you.
Yeah.
This strange substance was featured in several Goosebumps books. Yes, Goosebumps counts. Is it the stuff? Is it the gruel? Is it Slappy? Or is it Monster Blood? What is featured in several Goosebumps books? Substance. Substance.
I have never read a Goosebump book. That was a little after my time.
You're missing out. Oh, so good. I haven't read a lot of the newer stuff, but I've definitely read the original, and then they had a Choose Your Own Adventure series, which I don't know if
Dude,
R.L.
I
Stine
remember
was
Choose Your
involved
Adventure from
in.
the 80s. Those books were,
Well, there was a
you
Goosebumps
always check
set,
those out from the library.
and I always like that was the thing I saved up for in the Scholastic book like catalog was I bought like
Yeah.
the sets of Goosebumps books, and I have a lot of them still. But man, good time.
Yes, kiddies. Before there was cable TV and we had
Read
5
books.
channels, you read a lot of
You're
books as a
forced to go to
kid.
the school library and check out books. Like you had to prove you could read.
Yep.
And I loved it. If you read enough books,
Book
you got
fairs
to
were awesome,
pizza
dude.
party. Monster Blood. Monster Blood is in
Oh, and
Goosebumps.
take Slappy.
Slappy is in several Goosebumps books, but I said substance, so I couldn't be.
Is that
couldn't get in
that
trouble.
weird
That's the dummy.
mannequin face thing?
Yeah. The Night of the Living Dummy. Monster Blood is featured in 3 books. There's technically a Monster Blood 4, but it's not the green goo. They're little blue slime monsters. And then there's Easter eggs in a couple of the movies, and there's a computer game. Monster Blood's cool. It's like a substance that makes everybody grow into giant freaks, or it just dissolves you. It's like an evil blob.
Very cool.
Very cool.
But, you know, what's also cool is this question, because in the novelization of the greatest movie of all time, Return of the Living Dead, which of these names are not in the book? Trash, Sunshine, Meat, or Legs?
Oh, such a good
And for
name.
you patrons, this was your hint.
It was YouTube channel members, patrons, and I mean, you can't be talking about Return of the Living Dead being the best movie without mentioning Halloween 3. But maybe
And
that could be a double feature.
I do have it, and the cool part is, a friend helped me, signed by Tom Matthews.
Oh, that's pretty
saying you mean the movie lied, which is pretty cool. I love this book. But some of the names are different.
They are.
Or some are the same. So in the book, which one did not show up?
Which one is not in the book? It may shock you.
It may. I was shocked when I read it for the first time.
Because you know it's your favorite part to rewatch in the movie.
Yep.
Okay.
Trash. It was trash. But Sunshine is a character, and Spider was called Meat, and Trash was actually called Legs in the book.
I could see it.
Her name does not show up. She's called Legs.
Legs would have been fitting for Linnea Quigley,
Yep.
but Trash
and
is
instead
awesome.
of Spider, they called him Meat. And actually, Meat and Legs were a couple in the book.
Meat Legs.
There you go.
Bend over.
Yeah, but it was cool getting that sign for that movie.
What's Eileen Ulick? In Under the Dome, another great, they've adapted this a few times. What is the name of the small town trapped under the mysterious dome? Is it Haven's Hope? Is it Derry? Poor Derry, always getting picked on. Chester's Mill or Castle Rock? Of course, these are all located in Maine.
And I like how Joseph put in the chat. He only knew the answer because of the hint. There you go.
That's literally pay to play, people. It's pay to play. Sometimes that one answer you got is the difference maker.
That could be the tiebreaker.
And Joseph is a multiple times champion, and he will participate in the Tournament of Champions.
Joseph's a contender.
Email you. Oh, sorry, I'm working on it.
Joseph is a contender.
He is a contender. You could.
So you need every advantage.
You do.
We got some rock stars.
You have to
Jason
study.
Bogey, another good one.
Sunday's one. We got shooters out there.
Yep.
A lot of y'all been in the running. Chester's Mill, not Haven's Hope. Yep. What book is Haven's Hope in?
I have no idea where I got it from.
We know Derry is it.
There's probably some Hallmark movie MJ was watching, Haven's Hope, or.
I wish Stephen King would make a Hallmark movie. That would be amazing. Just come back and direct the Hallmark movie, but make it just like dark at the very end.
Everybody waits for something to happen, but nothing does. It's just a regular movie.
But then you play it backwards, and somehow it has like a different movie in it. That'd be dope.
No, it's also dope. This question in Stephen King's Night Shift. It contains all but one of these stories. It's The Ledge, Quarters Inc., It Grows on You, or Children of the Corn.
It is insane how
many
much
anthologies.
If you have read Night Shift, it has a ton of stuff. It is like a compendium, but it's like a ton of stories in it.
The cover of Night Shift as a paperback scared the living crap out of me as a kid because it was the hand with all the eyeballs on it.
Yep.
And it just, it still just
creepy.
makes my skin crawl.
Creepy.
It's so. Yeah, the cover of that book scared the hell out of me.
Well, Evolving, it's okay if you're late. We're doing 15 questions tonight. You could potentially, if you get all of them right, you'd probably be in the running to win. That's how tough it is tonight.
If you get the rest right, you
win it out.
Got a chance.
It's just that easy. Just win out.
I think 2 of these were on the film Cat's Eye.
Mm-hmm.
Critters Inc. and The Ledge.
It's The Ledge.
It's The Ledge.
Children of the Corn is in Night Shift.
It's a short story that they turned into like 12 horrible movies.
Oh, the first
2 are okay.
First two are acceptable. Could have stopped at the first one, honestly, but The Ledge and Quitters Inc. are in Cat's Eye. But yeah, a lot of stuff from Night Shift ends up being Creepshow 2, Cat's Eye. There's another anthology they did, but Evolving. Better luck. Next question. Go win out from here. What Stephen King short story is now out of print due to its controversial content? Was it The Raft, Survivor Type, Sundog, or Rage? Which one of those is out of print? I actually don't think I've ever seen a copy of this in the wild. It's like one of those ones.
I have a copy.
It's one of those ones that I keep hoping to find like randomly at like a flea market and just buy it because somebody's gonna have it for like 25 cents. But
I can go run and grab it. I've got a copy of it, which is surprising because
it's one of the few books that I keep an eye out for. I'm like, if I see it, I'm buying it.
Which is surprising how hard it is to get. Like it's that out of print.
It was pulled a long time ago. And honestly, it's not that bad considering how bad things are now anyway. So I don't think the book was leading to the problem that it depicted.
It's almost tame in comparison to now.
Reality is truly stranger than fiction. It's Rage.
It was Rage.
The school shooter story, right?
Yep.
Don't worry. We have that in real life. So we don't need a book to scare us about school shooters.
Yeah, extremely hard to find. It's actually part of another anthology.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of it. I have it.
Not Graveyard Shift. It is. That's like the other place you could find it printed because it was a single. It was on its own, and that's been pulled for a long time. And there was a compendium it was in, and that got pulled a little bit later.
I'll go run and grab it after my question. But how many adaptations of Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire have been made into a feature on TV or a film? So 6, 4, 2, or 1. How many Anne Rice adaptations?
Jason's right. Made? The Bachman books. That's the compilation. Yep. He wrote it under Richard Bachman. He wrote it under pseudonym.
Back.
Go find the Rage. The Bachman. I honestly like the Richard Bachman stories too. I think they're just really, really dark. I've always liked that side of King. Like they're just King's not really sunny happy, but the Bachman stories are just horrifying. Because Bachman's the Regulators, right? And King did Desperation. I think the Regulators side of Desperation is way creepier. I mean, it's amazing to have one person write that much stuff and you could just enjoy it infinitely. And the answer is 2. There have been 2 adaptations made. There may be some in the works, but there's 2 that exist. There's a feature-length movie and there's a TV miniseries / movie.
Yeah, I got egg on my face because I can't find it.
Sorry. He can't read, everybody.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I got egg on my face.
System failed.
Thought I knew where it was. It wasn't there. I was like, wait, taking too much time.
He traded in for comic books.
Probably, yeah. It's been enough.
Smear you.
You, buddy.
Oh, this author was ridiculed by critics, but wrote Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Was it Virginia Woolf? Was it Robert Louis Stevenson? Was it Mary Shelley? Or was it Edgar Allan Poe? Who is the original author of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? An archetype of a story that has been twisted so many times since then. Definitely shaped a genre.
And that's been made into like Lord knows how many film adaptations.
I still think it's one of the coolest concepts, like the duality of man, like the man and the monster inside one. At the Hulk, I mean, what is the Hulk? Yeah. He's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
That's what Stan Lee has said. That's like, Dr. Jekyll, that's the Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great concept. And I liked it in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, like the way they have him in
Dude,
there.
that movie's underrated.
It
I don't
really
know
is.
why people
It
hate
really
on
is.
it. I
Alan Moore is such
like
a
that part of
jerk.
him.
Alan Moore is such a jerk, man. It's like, shut up. All your stuff got adapted, and it was still fun to watch. It was Robert Louis Stevenson, also known for the pirate adventures, but he wrote Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde as well. So,
Yep.
Treasure Island, and honestly, Treasure Island's kind of a bit of a dark story. Truly, it's not lighthearted. Love Treasure
Unlike
Island.
the fun film Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat Island. What about Piranha Island? Or Raptor Island. That was a classic sci-fi original. Raptor Island. Better than Carnosaur, I'll tell you that.
You know what's also better than Carnosaur? Return of the Living Dead. We got another Return of the Living Dead question.
Definitely agreed.
In the novelization of Return of the Living Dead, why did Freddy get a job at the medical supply warehouse? Did he want to get his act straight? Did he want to buy a car? Did he want to get a ring for Tina? Or was Tina pregnant?
Or number 5, he needed money. It's just a job, man. Not everything has to happen for a reason.
Why does he get that job? And as Spike said, what a... Man, he got a job? Yeah. There's a little, they go more into depth in the book. It's really interesting.
Bragging rights.
But why did he get that job at UNITA? Because he needed money. But why?
He needed to accidentally summon a zombie army.
And I'll explain why as soon as we get the answer, which was
Ooh.
get his act straight.
Ooh.
So in the book, they had a friend, Sunshine, which was part of that group of punks. He OD'd and Tina and Freddie found him and then almost did like a scared straight thing on him. And he wanted to get a job because he didn't want to OD like Sunshine. So they go into depth in the book.
There you go. You know what's punk? Helping your friends when they need it.
Yeah, I know Jay's got this, the only other person on the planet I know that has the book.
I'm surprised he has time between all the milk and doo-doo to remember what's in books. I hope he remembers which of these films is not an adaptation of a Jeffrey Deaver novel. You weren't expecting a Deaver question tonight, were you? Is it The Devil's Teardrop, The Bone Collector, Hell's Kitchen, or Dead Silence? Which one of these is not an adaptation of a Jeffrey Deaver novel? Medical
He's also written all the Lincoln, I just gave an answer, sorry. Yeah. No, Bone Collector is Lincoln Rhyme that they should have made. There's like 12 books in that series that I continue on with him and I can't remember her name.
Cat, medical supply is fine. There's no drugs at medical supply. It's not a pharmaceutical supply, right? What is he going to do? Get high on bandages? I mean, he could steal them for his home, medicine cabinet. But petty theft at best. Maybe steal a wheelchair now and then. Motorized wheelchair. That would be dope. It's Hell's Kitchen.
Yep. The Devil's Teardrop was a TV movie. Bone Collector starring like brain farting on his name, but that guy. And Dead Silence. Yeah. You were all probably thinking Dead Silence, the movie with the ventriloquist dummy.
God,
no, there was an actual a TV movie called Dead Silence off one of his films.
Man, but is that movie fantastic or is it fantastic? That's a great one.
That was kind of I'll admit that was a little bit.
Brad, that was wild. I don't think tonight's going to be as cheerful, but fingers crossed.
And okay, what?
This is a hard one.
Yeah,
this is a hard one. Edgar Allan Poe's. I don't even know how to pronounce this. I think it's Legia is the source material for this film. So which one of these movies was based on this work by Edgar Allan Poe? Is it The Tomb, The Blood Demon, Red Rum, or Maniac? This is a deep Poe cut. You thought I was going to ask some Raven question, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Did you know The Crow is based on The Raven?
What famous word is said in The Raven? Nevermore, stop it.
Nevermore, turn it off. This is bad. Oh, I was watching The Crow. Sorry.
does the Raven say? Can
Yeah,
rain all
no,
the
I don't
time.
have high hopes, Brad, but I'd be delightfully surprised. But hey, at least we won a game in Nashville for the first time in 5 years, so baby steps. It's The Tomb. It's The Tomb. Has anybody seen The Tomb? Apparently came out in like 2008. Very misleading title for what the book's about if you don't know the book. So, because I would have thought Cask of Amontillado if you hear Tomb, right? And no. So, Red Rum. Red Rum is a work based on is a movie based on a Poe work though, but it was also featured in The Shining, but it's from Poe.
You know what's not from Poe? It's this book, the Necronomicon, and it appears in all but one of these movies. The last Amityville movie, really a great movie.
Never seen it, but you can watch it on the channel.
Pumpkinhead 2, Freeze, or Evil Dead Rise.
It's a book. It's a horror book question.
Not here. Last Amityville movie, which I say has got a really good looking guy in it with the beard.
Yeah, Josh.
Pumpkinhead 2, Freeze, or Evil Dead Rise. You can see it on the channel here.
You can watch it, but you should watch the other movies tonight first because they're going to be premiering live. You can watch the other one on demand anytime. And we do have movies tonight after the show, so don't forget about that.
Yep.
Patrick didn't give us our nice little synopsis, so blame him. He's probably busy. He works hard every week for us. Be nice to him.
Amityville movie.
It's the last Amityville. It was a doorknob in the last Amityville movie. That's the MacGuffin. It was not the Necronomicon.
Joseph is a fellow member of Josh's tribe, so I know
it's one of those. If you know, you know. That's a win more question. So I'm kind of surprised nobody picked Pumpkinhead too, because they don't really make a big deal about it.
Yeah,
it's like in 2 scenes. Freeze. I haven't seen Freeze in a long time.
How did everybody do?
It's tough. Are you kidding me? Jay reads 13 right. What? Oh my god! And P-Nerps, we knew P-Nerps can read. I mean, come on, she's a product of a better school system. So
yeah, that's a high 9 though.
That is yeah. This is a hard. 9 is almost a perfect score in regular.
And even Jason and Joseph really showing out.
They did. Our champions showed out. Champions showed out. Summer, strong showing. We had a lot more people get over 4 than I was expecting. So, hard 9. P-Nerp's got a hard 9. Well, you're a 10 in our book.
Yeah,
but tonight you needed 15.
That's a win any other week, but we purposely. It was off literature, so I know there were a lot of goalposts.
Oh man! Well, we got a little bit of time, so I guess what we could do is we'll let Jay, soak it in since he's been salty about losing all these weeks. That was either really fast Googling or he actually has read most of those books. So I'm impressed. Let's see, what are our movies tonight? We have. And the first one's going to start at 9, so right at the top of the hour, whatever time zone you're in the next 14 minutes is the first movie. Where I'm in Eastern time, Uncle Pete's in Pacific or Specific. So we have tonight. Do we have anything tonight? Well, surely we got something tonight. Oh, he might be cutting them. That may be why Patrick's busy. It might be a little bit delayed. And we got movies scheduled for tomorrow, but we've got a new thing for the channel where YouTube will let us edit the movies. They'll tell us where it's going to be demonetized, and before they pull our feed, we can actually go back and cut out or blank out like the parts that YouTube's deemed inappropriate. They actually give you time codes now, which was not a thing, believe it or not, in this day and age. There was no automation for that. So we would upload the movie and it would say it's fine, and then it would just arbitrarily get cut in the middle of you all watching it. It would just go offline or whatever. So surely I think there's probably a movie tonight. Stick around. You'll get an announcement. Make sure you're subscribed to the notifications because he may be in the process of uploading it right now because there's probably edits had been made. But there is at least a movie tomorrow night. and there should be movies tonight. So
And if all else fails, you can go watch
the last Amityville movie. Go watch last week's movies. They were pretty good. I know for sure I watched the all of the first one. I was doing some work in the background for the second one. They were pretty solid. Oh, I still can't get that stupid roommate one out of my head from like a month and a half ago. That one was pretty good. It was trippy, but it was fun. I can't think what the hell it was called. It was like a lockdown movie. And a little alien plant and the weirdo roommate. That was pretty good. Commercial interruptions. Yeah, that's YouTube, baby. That's YouTube. I'm actually impressed that we don't get harassed with like commercial interruptions while we're making the show live. Like it's amazing. I'm expecting like OBS to just start having pop-up ads for no reason, just to make you feel bad. But the ceremony is about to begin. Okay. Summer says it's been uploaded. The ceremony is about to begin is what it's called. So let's see what that one's called, baby. Let's see here. Why am I not seeing it?
So as Shelby looks for that, our next theme will be the second Friday of April, and that will be Poltergeist.
Yes. It was originally Poltergeist this week, but we bumped it because this is National Book Month or something. So I still reserve the right to ask occasional book questions throughout horror movie trivia, and I'm not going to apologize for that. So there's too many good tricky trivia questions to be asked from that. Why can't I see the movie?
Anybody see any good horror movies? Any recommendations? Thoughts?
Is about to begin. Is that tonight's movie? Is it set as a premiere, Summer?
Oh, Leprechaun or
Leprechaun. Oh, that's true. It is St. Patrick's weekend, isn't it? Got to watch some Leprechaun. Let's see. If tonight's movie is The Ceremony is about to begin, I've got a little synopsis for you. It's madness, mayhem, and mummification rites. That's a good set of alliteration. Ensues when a documentary filmmaker visits the rural commune of ancient Egyptian-inspired cult to interview its enigmatic leader. Well, that sounds pretty cool. It's made in 2024. It's like a fake mockumentary kind of thing. Think Spinal Tap, but ancient Egypt.
Did you see the trailer for Spinal Tap 2?
No, I've not.
Oh my God.
Does it look?
If you guys don't know, I saw it the other day. Josh had mentioned it. Spinal Tap 2, and it does go up to 11.
It does go up to 11. Maybe the other one's Skinwalker tonight. I see the trailers that are newer. Yeah, I bet we're Skinwalker, maybe?
I think most of you guys probably have seen this as Spinal Tap, I would think.
Such a good movie. I had a professor that would always make Spinal Tap references, though, which kind of made it a little bit less cool. Today is the 14th, right?
Mm-hmm. All day, half the night.
She's on. Oh no, yeah, Evolving. That was the one from last week, right? Yeah. So there will be movies. It might be. You might have a little bit longer break. It may be closer to 9:30 before they're ready. Because, like I said, YouTube is a pain. But if we're able to show more of the movie without it getting taken down, that's what we try to do for you all. So. We have the legal rights to do this. YouTube just makes it so damn difficult. It is crazy. It is crazy, y'all. Those other channels that stream movies like pirate streams, it's like they just get to run their stuff, and like we're over here licensing movies and trying to do original content, and we're the ones that get hit with copyright strikes when we have all the paperwork. So. The automation is, they're not really using AI very intelligently, I don't think. This is like one thing where I think AI could probably pretty easily figure out, oh, yeah, these guys have paperwork for all their movies. Maybe we should stop flagging their stuff and go after the pirate streams. But
yeah, exactly.
Because whatever. What do I know? I'm just a trivia host. I'm a trivia co-host. I'm not even allowed to do this by myself anymore for legal reasons. So too many people died. I'll be honest. My lawyer says I shouldn't say that, but It's a fact. It's a fact. People died. You used to have to really prove trivia through combat. So
That's way back in the day when they first started. When Uncle Pete was getting his first wins.
First wins. Uncle Pete came out winning trivia. Horror trivia. If there's one genre I would not do well in trivia, it's probably horror trivia, honestly. If it's not like the 10 movies that I've watched a million times, my broad horror genre knowledge is not that great. Unless it's like a layup question, like, who's the guy that sucks your blood? I was like, I'm not good with actors. I'm not good with if it's not like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween 3, I'm host. So if it's like sci-fi horror, I've watched a lot of those, like Event Horizon, and if you want to call Cocoon some kind of horror movie, it's got Wilford Brimley. Wilford Brimley was younger in that movie than he was in half of the rest of his career.
I'm older than Wilford Brimley was in that film. I'm like the same age. He was like 48.
Diabetes
like,
supplies.
I'm that freaking age right now, which is terrifying.
As long as you're doing Liberty Medical supplies commercials, you need to be doing UNITA.
Header for two great underrated sci-fi movies from the 80s, Enemy Mine and The Last Starfighter.
Last Starfighter is good.
Those are two. That's a great doubleheader. Enemy Mine and The Last Starfighter.
Those are good. I really like sci-fi is my genre, honestly. So that's kind of what I lean towards. But there's a lot of great sci-fi horror. I mean, Aliens, fantastic. Predators. It's more of a thriller, but there's so many creature features you can do in sci-fi and make them creepy. Body horror. I would say even stuff like Videodrome. A lot of Cronenberg stuff's kind of sci-fi-ish. Like it's
you can't say The Fly's not sci-fi.
It's the Brundlefly, baby.
It's sci-fi horror.
It's Chef Goldblum. It's science. Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah, that's a great film.
You're right, Mama. Uncle Pete doesn't look a day under 67. I thought to myself, he's using toner to dye his beard. He's taking it out of the comic book shop's printer.
No, we got a weird printer where you had to actually have an ink bottle and we have to fill it up.
Oh, those are good. Those are the ones you want. They can't
really
put you on ink cartridges anymore. Yeah. Those refillable ones?
Yeah,
I bought. Oh no, we were so off topic now. I was like, you all just like listening to us.
Now we're talking about printer.
I bought like a printer from Goodwill and I fixed it. I bought like refillable cartridges that you can put ink into, and it's honestly been way more trouble than it was worth. But I was sticking it to the man by. It was a nice head. It has like an automatic document double-sided scanner where you can like put a stack of papers in. So whatever. But it's streaky as crap. It's not. The print head is in terrible shape, so whatever.
Someone brought up The Car. That's a good movie.
The Car is good. Life Force.
Life Force, when you watch that movie as a kid, you're like, Tilda May? Yeah.
I like Dark Star is pretty great, and that's John Carpenter's first movie.
Yeah.
Kind of deadpan. But, all right, well.
Go wrong with much John Carpenter. All you
can't. Ghost of Mars. I mean, there's so many. I mean, John Carpenter's done sci-fi. Sci-fi is kind of his thing. Yeah. Halloween 3 is definitely kind of sci-fi. I mean, it's the technology, the horror of unchecked technology. It's just they were stuck in the early 80s when they made it, so the technology was different, scary. But what is social media if it's not Silver Shamrock warping your minds? Oh man, Galaxy of Terror.
Carrie, can't go wrong with the original Carrie.
Can't go wrong with that. Have y'all seen the memes where it's if Carrie happened today, it wouldn't be a Plymouth Fury, it'd be like a Plymouth whatever, the little like a Dodge Neon is the car that'd be killing everybody.
You're thinking Christine, we're talking Carrie.
Christine. Sorry, wrong girl. She goes to a different school. Have y'all seen the meme on that one? So
I just watched Christine the other day. It still holds up. I love it.
It's not a 57 Plymouth Fury. It's a 2001 Dodge Neon, Dodge Dart, Ford Focus.
Herbie the Love Bug.
Herbie the Love Bug. Herbie the Love Bug could at least fly. Herbie didn't kill nobody. That we saw on screen. Of. He did drop through a lot of fences, so I don't know. Cows could have got out in the road. Somebody else could have hit it. Collateral damage.
Yes, and speaking of Christine, the novel has it goes so darker. and there's stuff that I wish they did in the movie. Like Darnell's death never made sense to me in the movie. Like this card out, which was literally on fire. You burn your hand opening it. Why in God's creation would you go sit inside? In the movie, in the book, Christine drives through his house and kills him that way.
Yeah. It's like he just gets run over. Like, it's like Dark Side of the Moon. It's a good one. Oh man. Oh God. All right. Well, we will leave you all at the top of the hour. Stay tuned for the movies. Kill some time, grab some beers, grab some food. Stuff's coming. We definitely have movies tomorrow night, but there will be something tonight. I know Patrick's working hard on it, so we will see you next time. And again, congratulations, Jay. I did not recognize your game. I do now. You're on the board for 2025.
Congrats. Good job to everybody else. Appreciate y'all showing up.
See you next week.
Later.